Hello creatives, welcome to the Moon series. If you're new to my channel, my name is Beth. I'll be using the Cards of Truth Cardology chart and my deck of Cartomancy cards to ask the powers that be, what are we ready to receive following a new moon? Or what are we ready to release following a full moon? You'll find links below in the description box to get your own free personal cardology chart. Then you'll be able to see what cards you have in the placements of your emotional tendencies, the moon, your destiny life path, the ecliptic, and where you are being invited to explore for answers. That would be your Rahu. And of course, where your birth time places these in your chart as well. Lots to pull the string on. Okay, so this is a new moon, and it is a new moon in Aquarius. And the present transits, it's about dealing with a bit of a struggle from within or from an outside energy force that leads to feeling a need to mature into a newer version of you. It's like you're ready. And it's going to happen one way or another. Either the universe has deemed you ready or you are feeling ready. So I actually have three mottos for this new moon. It's one is Madonna's, I am my own experiment. I am my own work of art. Dolly Parton, find out who you are and do it on purpose. And of course, Oscar Wilde, be yourself. Everyone else is taken already. All right, so let's get started. And we're going to start with Aries, and the rest will follow. Okay, so we're going to ask, what is Aries moon ready to receive and practice receiving over the next 2 weeks? And how can Aries moon best utilize the energies of Aquarius, the defining your originality while being in a society, a very natural ease of shifting into a truer transformation of you. This is all to raise your vibrational aura and therefore your manifesting abilities. All right, Aries moon, you're Mars-led. So you'll be using action with this new moon to tweak a new understanding of yourself. So let's turn over the archetype card and see what you got. Destroyer. I do this so draw the cards so that it's a little quicker through the reading and you don't have to wait for all of that to be turned over. So Destroyer, light attributes, releasing what is potentially destructive, preparing for a new life. Oh, that's appropriate. What is potentially destructive? That sounds like a temper, or how quick you are to feel irritated, that kind of thing. So what might you be able to tweak in order to just present in a calmer, more together, more grounded sense? These shadow attributes, intoxication with destructive power, destroying others' dreams or potential, like cutting somebody off at the knees. Sometimes you have to, sometimes, it's necessary to put someone in their place quickly and swiftly. If you feel like you're being beaten up over something, and of course that's going to tick you off. The thing here is to define a way that allows you to do that in a matter-of-fact kind of way. so that, they can't blame your temper. They can't blame you for whatever reasons they might want to. No, you're just going to think about it. And the next time it happens, you're going to nip it in the bud and you're going to call it like you see it. Kindly, courteously, quickly, and just matter-of-factly. That is what this card is talking about. Not letting yourself get triggered into that reaction. What you want to find is an action. So let's see what Oh, you got destiny. I love this. So right now you just want to really see what you have in your life path, because it is a life path of destiny. And I'm going to feel these through. I love doing this. My fingers will let me know when I've pushed over the right card. Oh my goodness, they are strong today. And we'll read it. Whether it's up or down, we'll just consider the whole thing. Oh, yep, right in here. It feels like it's like smack in the middle of the deck. Ooh, the King of Hearts. Very nice. Yeah, see, that really is saying that you need to mature into this more noble way of dealing with things, because when you're a king and you have to bring the attention to something specific, you want to do it in that, like, effectively. You don't want to be pissing people off. You don't want to, make anybody so angry that now they're out to get you even more so. No, if you can be matter of fact and just block into it, you're much better off than finding another way to do it. Or a harsher way to do it, I should say. Do it however you like, as long as it is coming from that place, as if you had to reprimand a beautiful, wonderful, kind, and generous person. Maybe they do something, and maybe they need to account for it, or they need to settle down and just find another way to, and it's your job to tell them that, because you're the CEO of your own life, and you can't be allowing people to undermine you or be downright insulting. That's not for you. You're not someone's, what do they call that? Like the rug to be beaten. I always, whenever something like this comes up, it always reminds me of those stupid blow-up clowns that you could punch it and it would come right back up. You're no one's punching bag. That's the thing. So what you're going to do here, you're really going to sit with this nobility, this idea that you are at the head of your own table, and that all of those younger parts, all of the protectors and the ones that are going to get angry or come to the rescue, or maybe they're shy, maybe it's really difficult to speak something, but if you rehearse it, it's going to be so much easier. Just find a complete sentence so that there isn't any way of taking it wrongly. For instance, if you are constantly being bypassed or overlooked, you can just have something ready to say. Or if someone is undermining or cutting, you can find a way to nicely say that that's not really serving them, to not recognize who you know yourself to be, that kind of thing. That is what a king would do. I call this card the grandfather card because it comes from the heart. It comes from a really solid, good place. You know, think of Mr. Rogers. That would be where you want to take this. Becoming more like Mr. Rogers, and find those people that you can, or maybe you already do, just really appreciate, respect, understand, and understand where that anger comes from, where that shyness comes from, where that difficulty, it's probably there in your chart to look. But if you look to your Rahu, you can see where to start practicing. In your 8th position Rahu, what card is there? That is where you are being invited to explore such things. And in the upper 7 of the chart, those positions from Moon to Saturn, where is your Rahu there? So use that position where your birth Rahu lands, as well as the card in your Rahu spot. Those 2 cards will give you some direction of inner work, and also looking around you and seeing what's there that is your lessons around you. So interesting. Okay. Yeah, I guess that's it. All right. Because that way you'll know what to bring in when you start doing that work, that investigating, thinking about the cards that you have in your chart. That is really going to be that first step in manifesting the new, more grounded, more Mr. Rogers like card persona that you need to be able to speak your truth in a very beautiful, calm way, meaningful and strong. Mr. Rogers. All right, let's see what you get. Oh, look, it's the ring for the Lenormand. This is making that commitment to you. Perfect. And honestly, I know these aren't really connected to the cardology or the catamancy cards in any way, but I have to look, and it does make me think about the Ace of Clubs. So if you have an Ace of Clubs in your chart, all the better. That may have something to do with this commitment that you are being asked to make. So, manifesting for you during this new moon, this next couple of weeks, coming into a fruition is going to be about you just fortifying who you are at the core around becoming that softer, more gentle speak. Oh, love it. Let's see what you get for the Starseed card. Oh, Starseed. Raise the vibration of the planet through your radiant, loving light. You are being asked to soften, but not to the point where you're a pushover. Not at all. You are just so grounded and so knowing of yourself. This is where you're being asked to go with all of this. Make that commitment to act, not react. That's the biggest message here. Okay, well, thank you, Aries. I hope this was meaningful. Let me know if it is, and what you have in your upper chart there, and especially what you have in your Rahu, because I'd be interested to know how you could really channel that lesson. And to get the Destiny card is really pretty sweet too, because this is like taking that step into a newer version of who you are, and it is just going to blossom from there. Your daimon, your spirit guides are going to be super happy with you. All right, best of luck. Okay, Taurus Moon. Let's ask, what is Taurus Moon ready to receive and practice receiving over the next 2 weeks? And how can Taurus Moon best utilize the energies of Aquarius, the defining your originality while being in a society? A very natural ease of shifting into a truer transformation of you to raise your vibrational aura and therefore your manifesting abilities. Let's see where they would have you begin. Gambler. All right, the light attributes, willing to follow intuition even when others doubt you. The shadow attribute, relying on luck rather than hard work. Yeah, that does sound like a gambler, doesn't it? So Taurus Moon, you are Venus led. So with this new moon and the transits, you're going to be using your comfort levels to determine what to tweak for a new understanding of yourself. Interesting that, to reflect upon what you are willing to gamble with. Sometimes you don't even know that you are, but it's that willingness to follow the intuition even when others doubt you. Now, there's something in that message of doubt that could cause you to second guess what you're feeling, right? Knowing really in your heart of hearts, and then having someone throw a shadow of doubt onto that. So, and then you're more, when that happens, it's like it triggers a reluctance to get in there and do the hard work when you've got someone telling you that that's a worthless venture, that no, that's not going to pay off in any which way. Sometimes it's best to keep things to yourself until you're ready to share them. Spruce them up, get them all ready, know your next step. Planning is essential when you're dealing with people who are naysayers. And that way, you've already convinced yourself that it is the right thing to do for you. Have you thought of the bigger picture? Have you thought about everybody involved? Maybe, maybe not. But for you, during this time, to really cement more of a maturity around signing up to do the self work, not really about other people. This is about you and your comfort level, and how comfort level with knowing when your intuition is so strong. So it leads back to practicing your intuition. And how do you do that? How do you channel? How do you feel when you are by yourself? And maybe, I don't know if you do this, but talk with your spirit guides, allow them to understand what's going on. Sometimes when you speak it out loud, it stays with you a little more real. So you're thinking about it. You're doing these fun little things to test to see if your connectivity is as real as it seems. You know what I mean? Like you ask your spirit guides to save you that space, parking space, so that when you get there, you've got an easy place to park, and or when you're feeling a little out of sync, maybe do the memory game or something like that and ask for help, ask for guidance, because all of those things really polish your intuition game. So you pay more attention to what's going on around you, all of those synchronicities, all of that sort of thing. To bring that in to having a willingness to sign up, really, to do the hard work. If you're in touch with it, it makes it 100% easier. That way you don't really have to rely on luck. Luck only gets you so far. Sometimes we're lucky, sometimes we're not. But, gambling with that kind of thing doesn't always pay off. But if you can raise your antenna just that little bit more, you'll be able to rely more on your intuition rather than kind of just stepping out there hoping that people do it for you, that your kindness of strangers, or just you're giving your power away. Okay, that was what they wanted me to say. Okay, when you do that, you give your power away. When you can rely on what you're feeling within, that's the only assurance, not reassurance, assurance, self-assurance that you need. When you allow someone else to hold your fate in their hands by whether or not they're feeling generous, to help you or not, or do you take responsibility for your own happiness? And part of that is knowing yourself really well. And part of that is understanding that sometimes you've got some hard decisions to make. And in that case, your intuition is golden, because deep down, you really know, you just haven't given yourself all that time to think about it, think that deeply about it. And we're always in this lifetime going deeper and deeper and deeper to just understand who we are within our environment, our society, our friends, our people. Give yourself that gift. Okay. Interesting. Let's see what you get here. Oh, Spirit and Nature. You get the Queen of Hearts. Yeah, see, there's probably some hard work to do here. She sorts things through. This is a feminine energy that is kind and generous, but rules with an iron glove, an iron velvet glove. Okay? She knows when to do it, how to do it, in what measure, and with who. I mean, there's nothing that a queen can't do. However, they do it by encompassing three things: the 4s, 5s, and 6s of the same suit. They understand what's needed, that stability, that groundedness, that settled, that have done the homework. However, there's a piece of it that's missing. So in order to, and of course the Queen sees that, knows that there's improvements that can be made. What improvements? Well, there you have to do some work, and then you have to figure it out. But every time you go to look at it from a different angle, and trust me, the cards are great for looking at it from a different angle. Just pull a card and think about how you might think about the situation from that point of view. What does that lend to it that can broaden your way of thinking? Something will come through, because that's how it works for the queens until they get it right. And then it's like Talk about intuition. You know it. You so know it. And then you polish it up. And then you get the 6, which is the ultimate beautiful possibility. Can't get any better than that. It is what it needs to be. That is great. Okay, so a little work. And this energy encompasses the stability, and it is really all about just recognizing what you need to do. Very creative energy as well. The Queen of Hearts is Neptune energy. Creative Neptune, highly intuitive, right? That's exactly what they're asking you to consider working on during this new moon to full moon and bring that into fruition for yourself. It's, it can be done with this balance and this, honestly, it's like a supportive compatibility that is all about having an unconditional love of yourself. You're worth it. You know that it's good advice to do no matter what stage of the game you're at. Maybe you are a master at intuition. However, the cards are saying that you can step it up a bit more. Find out how. That's the queen right there. All right, let's see what we get here. The garden, interesting. So the garden is all about where you are comfortable. Now, didn't we say in the beginning, your comfort levels are going to determine what to tweak. So they're asking you to feel your way through what feels good, not letting yourself off the hook good, what feels right and right for you. You'll know it. Yeah, I know you'll know it. You'll feel it, and you'll know exactly how to do it. It may have something to do with the people around you. That saying of being the watcher, from keeping quiet and just observing the happenings around you, could give you all of the everythings you need to really start to see how your intuition is really working for you, right? Nice. All right, so get your comfort levels out there, understand them, get your radar on it, because this is what they're asking you to do. Fun. Why not, right? Just polish up that intuition skills. Get to know yourself super well. Yeah, you can do it. All right, let's see what you get for the starseed. Fruition. Rest assured, your dreams and visions will come to fruition. Nice. So, yeah, that's not a tough one. It's a fun one, honestly, unless you're not into it. Maybe you're tired. Maybe you have done all you feel you need to do. However, they are saying if you can do this, you will take your manifesting abilities that much higher. It always has to do with personal growth. So knowing that the comfort levels, right? So check your Rahu, your life path, the ecliptic position, as well as your moon, and just see up in the upper 7 where those are for you and your birth chart, your birth time placed them. So check those cards as well and see if you can't make some pairs and comparabilities to really understand how deep and where to take this. What emotions are going to get you there? What comfort? What is it that you are to weigh and measure? That's where you want to begin. All right. Best of luck. Okay, Gemini Moon, let's ask, what is Gemini Moon ready to receive and practice receiving over the next 2 weeks? And how can Gemini Moon best utilize the energies of Aquarius, the defining your originality while being in a society, a very natural ease of shifting into a truer transformation of you to raise your vibrational aura and therefore your manifesting abilities. Okay, Gemini Moon, you are Mercury led. So, with this new moon and its transits, you'll be using self communication to tweak a new understanding of yourself. All right, let's see what you get for the archetype cards. Engineer. So, light attributes, ability to give creative energy a practical expression, talent for designing resolutions to common dilemmas, and the shadow attributes, reliance on mechanistic solutions without regard for emotional consequences. All right, so this is about you just kind of getting your ducks in a row, having that, being able to channel your creative energy into a practical resolution for whatever dilemmas that you are running up into. It sounds very creative, like perhaps you're an artist or what you do for a living. You're always having to come up with different solutions to the same problem. You know, it's like you've got one issue that you have to address, but you've got 100 different people to address it with. They're all different, right? It's going to be different for every one of them. So, whatever this is for you and how you deal with your own creative energies and how you are being asked to create some sort of pattern for yourself, being able to make a pros and cons list, for instance. You know, how do you go about solving your problems? Do you have a what's a good word for it? Do you have a pattern that you follow? Or have you found yourself in a pattern that isn't really working very well for you? Knowing that you need to tweak either the self-talk or the behaviors when you're triggered, when you're kind of out there not really able to follow something through. What are those minor little glitches that throw you off track? You know, could even be that your environment and your peeps, the people around you, are throwing monkey wrenches into things. How do you stay on track? What is your process for that? You know, artists sometimes have processes, sometimes not. You know, sometimes it is a catch can, throw it together, happy accident kind of thing. But the best, most successful, I should say, not the best, but the most successful people have a systematic process in which sets it up for a successful venture. So a lot of artists, you know, I know even for myself, when I'm getting ready to go into the studio, I make a cup of tea to bring with me. And that starts me on that path of single-minded focus, right? That kind of thing. So designing resolutions to common dilemmas without disregarding what happens emotionally for you around you, because it's about you. It's not about doing this for other people. They're asking for you to think about it for yourself and how you go about solving your dilemmas or your patterns to getting something done. Solutions. Well, let's look at the spirit and nature. The Four of Clubs. All right, well, it's a very grounding card. It is also one of the cards that really has a systematic thing in place. I know so many successful artists that are Four of Clubs. You know, they've got their style. They know what sizes to paint for the canvas or what to make, where to sell them. They've got all of the bookkeeping system in place. They are marvels at systematically producing what works for them. And it is them. It is their style. It is their uniqueness. Really quite nice. And it's done in a very practical way. So if that is something that is missing for you, the stability of this card, and by the way, if you have a Four of Clubs in your chart, take that into consideration where it is, because if it does hold your Rahu, if you have it in your Rahu position or in your ecliptic, right? This is saying that this is the way that you will get your process, your eggs in a row, and be able to systematically put things in place that are going to put you on a more successful path. You know, having a gallery and dealing with so many different artists, all of them very lovely people now, and bringing their work on time and a nice inventory sheet and picking it up on time, and I mean showing up and doing the work that they need to do for promotional. But back in the day, you know, I had to deal with artists that would bring things the day of the opening, you know, and completely throw my routine and my process out of whack. So, you know, there are people that work that way. So not everyone can, right? I mean, it's not my way. I've got a Capricorn moon. So no, not me. I show up early, pick up early, but I'm just saying, you know, if it's something that is more difficult for you, then find a way to, you know, figure out how you can do a 1 to 10 checklist, keep a calendar or something like that, because that's where they're asking you to take a look. You got the book for the Lenormand cards, which literally find it in a book. So yeah, it seems like maybe there could be some tweaking as to how you prepare, how you follow through, how you really set yourself up to have everything that you need when you need it, so that all of, you know, like cleaning up your tools, cleaning up your studio, finding a place for everything and everything in its place. It might not be your motto, but it's asking you to do that for you within you, not so much your environment, but if that needs to be tweaked for the inner you to be able to systematically figure out what needs to be put in place in order for you to solve your dilemmas, no matter how small or how big. To settle, maybe meditation, that kind of thing. Set a timer for how long to think about what you do for research, and the people around you and how stable things are. Maybe you hate stability. Maybe you find it a noose that just puts the shackles on you and you can't create with all of that rope. I get it, but find a way to make that work for you, not against you. Okay? That's what they're asking. Don't shoot the messenger. Stillness. Reflect on this moment with love, kindness, and compassion. Right, for me. Now, it's not such a bad message. Sometimes the creativity bug can really throw you off track, and you put all of your energy into one part of things, when if you've got a checklist, at least you're able to touch base as to the balance of things. And you do want to balance, because that does set you up. Set aside your time for that. Throw caution to the wind creativity, but make sure you have allotted the same amount of time to get all the other stuff done as well. Very, very cool. Well, all right, Gemini Moon, there you go. Best of luck. Okay, Cancer Moon, let's ask, what is Cancer Moon ready to receive and practice receiving over the next 2 weeks? And how can Cancer Moon best utilize the energies of Aquarius, the defining your originality while being in a society, a very natural ease of shifting into a truer transformation of you to raise your vibrational aura and therefore your manifesting abilities. Okay, Cancer Moon, you are moon led, so you'll be using your nurturing sensitivities to determine what needs to shift with this new moon. Sensitivity, nurturing sensitivity for yourself, because this is about you. Priest. The light attributes facilitates spiritual commitments, serves as a channel of spiritual energy. Shadow attributes violates the trust of your spiritual community, seduced by your own spiritual role. So it's more thinking about yourself rather than being a conduit for your spirit guides to come through. It's directing or asking you to take a moment to see how you could tweak your connectivity to Source, whatever you want to call it, God, Source, the One, and how you might open that communication in order to not only serve yourself better, but by allowing yourself to be more connected spiritually, it spreads the love, right? And therefore, the more that you can do this for yourself, the more that you can do this for the world, for the greater good, for the universe, sending out that positivity, that abundance of love and light to the world. That's a really big deal. So it also really talks about how you're ready for that, or this card wouldn't have appeared. So, what might be standing in the way, right, that needs to be tweaked? Have you thought about going beyond your own heart and mind? Not to deliver pamphlets door to door. That's not what we're talking about here, but we are channeling for you this message of how you can just build on your aura. It's already pretty bright. I can feel that. They are wanting me to make sure that you understand that your light is beautiful, that they know that you are a giver and that you're doing a beautiful job at that. And where you need to be tweaking this is to make sure that you're taking care of yourself as well, because you really need to be able to do that. It's not selfish to take that time to replenish. And are you doing that enough for you? Because it is coming through that there's a possibility that you're shortchanging yourself in some ways. So to channel can be depleting. So how do you allow something to just wash through you? It's something I've struggled with at times too, just being really depleted after doing, someone's astrology or doing the cardology chart and helping someone that has difficulty understanding that sort of thing and needing to share with them where and what it all means and how to maneuver it, what the message is that is trying to come through. And they sometimes can be a very difficult job to bring that through for someone when they don't want to hear it or when you have something that you need to share. So this is what they're asking you to bring to your community, and to not shortchange yourself when you're doing that, to not curb it or find a way to kindly and gently introduce the idea. It's not easy. It's not easy to show someone what their shortcomings might be. However, if you can just suggest things that are in the path of where they might want to explore. It's why when I do these readings, I do it with the ecliptic path card, the Rahu card, your moon card, emotionally, how you set yourself up and how you undermine as well, right? And because we're here for both parts on your path, your ecliptic card, and how you take that emotionally to explore where you need to go. And then you've got the placements in the upper seven, the cards that your moon is in, being that Cancer moon, it would be in the moon, right? So better for you. It's a little easier to understand where you're to be looking emotionally. So whatever is in your moon spot, but we don't know. I don't know where your Rahu is, or where your ecliptic path is in your chart. So you're going to want to take those into consideration as well, and how you are channeling messages, taking care of you, taking care of other people. It is about that nurturing, right? It is you really sensitive around what that means for you. All right. Sensing. Ace of Hearts for the spirit and nature. So the Ace of Hearts is an epiphany. This is that heart-led security, support. It's peaceful. It's a gentle kind of change, but it is change. So it's coming. You're understanding what this is. I can feel it. So when you're hearing this, it is an emotional self-understanding. That's what they're asking. It can also actually be like your aura. You know, your heart is just beaming out this beautiful light. Yeah. They want you to think of it as taking a vacation away from whatever it is that you are channeling. If you're working for other people or not, you're to step aside and just allow something to come through. So you're to take a break and to understand that within that waiting, that moment, that you're to listen and to remain open, and whatever needs to come through for you is definitely coming through. But it will be a sensitivity is in question. So you gotta, the vacation is to allow your senses to replenish and refresh so that you understand fully what's to come through for you. Nice. And as I said, peaceful change. It's good. And anything that might be in your way of doing such a thing, right, would be more ego, right? Or more feeling like that might feel selfish, but it's not. It's necessary for you to do that. All right. The letter, very nice. So maybe some journaling. I always think of this as like memoirs and diaries and looking back through meaningful letters, things that have come from the heart, things that are worthy and heart-led. Maybe pick up a book of poetry that could get you in this time-out space. Read a few lines and just sit back, close your eyes, and really give it some thought. Really try to embody that sensation and allow that to sort of just melt in, and therefore you'd be able to touch base with that deliciousness next time it comes time for you to hear something. You'll be able to almost feel it tingle. It's like when I pull cards, I do it with my fingertips, and there's this sensitivity that comes through that it's like a little electric current, but that's the kind of sensitivity that is they're asking for you to tweak for you. Very nice. That's lovely. All right, that's what you get for the starseed. Vision. Trust in your ability to create the vision in your soul. That is so perfect. It's absolutely perfect. Yes. Very nice. It's in those quiet in-between moments. Yeah. Nurture those. That sensitivity will grow. All right, Cancer Moon. Best of luck. Okay, Leo Moon, let's ask, what is Leo Moon ready to receive and practice receiving over the next 2 weeks? And how can Leo Moon best utilize the energies of Aquarius, the defining your originality while being in a society? A very natural ease of shifting into a truer transformation of you to raise your vibrational aura and therefore your manifesting abilities. So, Leo Moon, you are sun led. So, with this new moon and the transits, you'll be using your visual skills to tweak a more polished look. How fun is that? All right, let's find out. Oh, I don't think I've ever pulled the bully card before. Interesting for a Leo moon. Let's read it. Light attributes highlights your tendency to intimidate others, helps you confront the inner fears that bully you. Good one. Shadow attributes conceals deep fear behind verbal or physical abuse. Okay, so this is definitely talking about that inner self dialogue. It can get so mean and so difficult, so just debilitating for some people. And with a Leo moon, Leo is about finding that balance within, that ego soul conversation that needs to happen in order for them to really understand what they're here and to do for themselves as well as others, how to share it, how to nurture, and also allow that nature to take place and to feel good about it. Make your peace with it. Realize who you are at your core. The major arcana card is the strength card. So it's understanding what you're capable of emotionally and otherwise. So, okay, that's good to keep in mind what you are inclined to speak to yourself when you're feeling down, and it's usually that voice comes through when there is a part of you that's scared. They're frightened that you're going to rock their world. You're going to upset things. You're going to really make trouble. It's not going to go well. So that voice comes through as protection. They think they're protecting you from falling into any kind of harm. It's that self knowing that it's time to take that step forward. So there's needs to, if you ever do the IFS, the internal family systems, look it up because you'll understand how you are emotionally made up of a family. Some are young that you pick up when you're little, their survival skills and that kind of thing. So whenever that part of you feels threatened in any way, they jump to the rescue or they jump to the protection, or, it's always trying to keep you from getting hurt. So you got to love them for that. But you also have to accept and tell them that, we're going to be fine. I'm not going to do anything stupid. I promise. I'm going to think of everybody. I'm not just thinking of this one particular want that I have. We're going to take this and we're going to make all of our lives better for it. You wait and see. Here's my plan. Now, you see, I'm not going to do anything silly or stupid or hurtful. I'm thinking of you. I'm thinking of all of us. And this is going to be a little scary, yes, but sometimes we have to take a little risk in order to reap the rewards. So, I mean, that's what I do. That's what I tell myself. And then I keep a list of accomplishments so that when that voice comes through, like, oh, I don't know if you can handle this one, it's going to be really hard to do. You know, what if you fall flat on your face? It's not a pretty look. And then I'm just like, well, then I learned something from it, and I do better next time. I can handle it. That kind of thing. All right. Yeah. Let's see what you get for spirit and nature. The Eight of Hearts. How appropriate. Apropos. The Eight of Hearts is the Rahu position. So if you've got an Eight of Hearts in your chart, certainly consider this from that point of view. But it also doubles down on your Rahu, where you are being asked to explore. Because this card is very much like the Bully card. It is all about self-validation. And another fun fact is that this card comes into activation at age 42. So if you're around the age of 42 or over, maybe the year leading up or two, something like that, it is even more potent, this message coming through for you. So heart suits, this is talking about emotional well-being. It's also the Hanged Man. It's important to know that from the major arcana, because the Hanged Man is all about looking at something from a different point of view. You really want to maybe draw some cards for yourself over the next few days or through the next couple of weeks, just to give yourself something more to think about, a different way of looking at it from a different perspective, because it is that self-validation that you do feel from within, sincere, how grounded and secure and sincere around who you know yourself to be. The other part of that is you're looking for it from an outside source. And that would be behaviors that evoke what you want to see reflected back to you from an outside source. Like you do a kind deed just to see someone look at you with those kind appreciation. Then you understand that you're kind. But what if you don't need that? What if you can just go and do those good deeds anonymously and just feel good about it for your own self? It's that kind of thing, knowing that you're a good person at the core. So no need to justify anything, because that's another little bit about this. So justifying is really trying to convince yourself that you are right where you need to be, and you may be. However, they're asking you to start with the validation and knowing where you are. Being a Leo moon, that's super important, so that you can then start to seek out what can embody that strength even more so for you, maybe in different ways doing it. Yeah, okay. Well, let's see if we can pinpoint this a little more. Oh, the house, this is you and your stature. It is about really being that stability of that foundation for you. It's being playful, and it can be how you take care of your temple, how well you're taking care of you mentally and physically, emotionally, all of that good stuff. It's like taking care of a house. You got to love a house. You've got to talk to the house. You've got to clean it. You've got to appreciate it. You've got to be grateful for having a roof over your head. All of this, but it being you as a temple, you as your house, as your structure to support you. And any self-talk needs to be understood, and you need to make your peace with it so that you can move on to this new realization, a stronger, really grounded. It's like solid. It's really coming through, like you are going to understand and realize just a deeper, more honest truth about yourself. It's really coming through quite nicely. Like maybe you've got someone, not just yourself, but maybe you're in some kind of conditional relationship, and this is the way you're being spoken to. Yeah, that might be the case as well. But you know what you need to do. You know how to turn it off and turn on the self-respect. Oh, that just came through for you. Okay. Someone out there needed to hear that. All right. Let's see. Let's see what you get for the Starseed card. Free spirit. Whether you've got binds that ties that hold, you can always be free inside. To be a free spirit is to float without walls, to fly without judgment, and to love without conditions. I'm sure that means something to you, whether you are holding yourself conditionally or if someone else is trying to have that over you. I think they picked the wrong Leo moon, if that's the case. I don't see. Yeah. No. You are doing you quite nicely. You are getting there. You are understanding your finer parts for sure, and getting acquainted with what is holding you back. This is beautiful. Really quite lovely. Giant step forward for you. All right. Well, best of luck. Okay, Virgo Moon, let's ask, what is Virgo Moon ready to receive and practice receiving over the next 2 weeks? And how can Virgo Moon best utilize the energies of Aquarius? The defining your originality while being in a society, a very natural ease of shifting into a truer transformation of you to raise your vibrational aura and therefore your manifesting abilities. So Virgo Moon, you are Mercury led. So this new moon and its transits, you'll use imagery to sort through what you want to tweak about yourself. Imagery. All right, let's turn over the archetype card and see where we're going with this. The Advocate. Light attributes inspires you to put compassion into action. The shadow attributes, embracing negative causes or committing to causes for personal gain. So this is really one of those, what do you call it, ethics, where ethics are being really needing to take a nice hard look. Either, you're finding yourself in the middle of something like that, or maybe you're being tempted to do something more for yourself, those win-win situations where perhaps it would be just as well to put compassion into action for you. Whereas sometimes when you move forward with these things that look like it's a win-win, it really ends up not being as compassionate as you might have thought, where you're actually undermining yourself with it. We'll investigate that a little bit further, but let's look at the shadow attributes. Embracing negative cause or committing to cause for personal gains. Yeah, it really is about the ethics of something. For instance, joining a society or joining a group, being on a board for some ulterior motives. Sometimes there's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes it can be a very personal gain. For instance, I was on the Historical Society board because for two reasons. I wanted to sharpen my communication skills and my fear of talking in public, which I did do. I can now stand up in a room full of people and give a talk. Very proud of myself for that. And also to find photographs of our 200-year plus house. Totally for my own benefit. Yet, I also wanted to bring an artistic perspective to a board that otherwise didn't have that aspect. I wanted to help in the museum. I wanted to set things up for them, do, a retail type approach to how people could go lead one thing to another. So that's the kind of thing that they're asking for you to think about, how you can weigh how much you're doing for others in order for get others to do for you. How much of that do you need? How much needs to be let go? Okay, it's coming through as trusting that you don't need to, that you are capable to show that compassion without needing a return. You might want the return, but you don't necessarily need it. And the self-esteem that's coming through, the self-esteem boost that you receive from having that recognition for your compassion is nice, but that's where you're being asked to provide that for yourself without compromise, without feeling like you need to, not getting the right word, feeling like you might, it's not manipulation, that's not the word, but it is arranging for a positive outcome for all. And sometimes that trips you up. That's what's coming through. So to understand that to do things without an agenda is really what you want to be moving toward. Yeah. All well and good. All's well that ends well, right? Okay. I don't know why that came through, but needed to be said. 5 of Clubs for the spirit and nature. So this is that fine dance that we do when we are on a board or serving a group of people, our friends, our family, how we dance through the landmines, the traps, the emotional traps, the wants, the needs, the pressures, all of the everything that we're all asked to do. So figuring it out and understanding that you're being asked to visually, that imagery, to figure out how you are taking care and taking action for your own wants and needs. Okay, sorry that was just so choppy. I'm listening and trying to have it come off. Okay, so we know what we're looking at. And there's more to that they want me to tell you. It is something about being recognized, in the recognition, that bit about it being necessary sometimes for you to feel what you need to feel. It evokes something very special and something very beautiful within you. They want you to know that they're applauding, that they love how you, oh, okay, so the all's well that ends well, the end result is what they love. So, it's that means to an end. Sometimes where there's a will, there's a way. That sort of thing. To be more conscientious and more aware that is always with you. That a lot of any maneuvering doesn't really need to happen. Okay, so what just came through is ego soothing the beasts. So we know they're out there. So, you don't have to undermine yourself, right? In order to achieve what you need to achieve for that end result. Okay, that was it. Oh my goodness. It's not going to be easy. Fives are not an easy card, but they're Jupiter led, and Jupiter is joyful. So during this next 2 weeks, you're to explore and to dive in with this lightness of being, this knowing that you're going to get it paid off. Anything that you put in, all the work, you are going to glean a lot of golden nuggets to store away, write them down, memorize them, knowing that, oh, I could use that little bit of possibilities on how to maneuver, keeping myself clean and free from the ties that bind or the trappings out there, doing this delicate dance, staying out of the trappings and in your own. Being able to say yes, being able to say no, and be doing it well. So that's the kind of research that you're being asked to do over the next couple of weeks, so that by the end of the time period of this new moon and growing with this manifestation, you are literally gathering a basket full of goodies for you to embody at the end of this. It's like a little mini course for you and how you're going to get clean of all of this entrapments without hurting anybody's feelings and without compromising who you are at your core. That is fabulous. All right, keep it fun, keep it light. Understand that it's a win-win at the end of it. many wins because that's the nature of the fives. They enjoy it, and it's this rapid growth. It is being a wordsmith. This is direct channeling. The club suits are the leaves of the trees. They're just absorbing all that intellectual, nurturing goodness from source. So no downside whatsoever. What you take away is going to be useful. I love it. That is so cool. All right, let's see what you get for the Lenormand cards of the Tower. So you see the Tower is your stature, how you stand up with your shoulders back, how you present yourself from that inner glow to that outer aura of just demanding, commanding presence, that you just understand yourself to the extent that people are going to look at you and be like, wow, they're so strong. Wow, what happened to you? And you're standing in it. Yep, feet on the ground and looking pretty mighty. Love it. All right, let's see what you get for the starseed. Magnificence. You are amazing, magnificent, and unique. But most importantly, you are enough. Oh, I love it. Oh, I love the way these messages come together. It is quite lovely. Very nice. I'm a little jealous. Looks like it's going to be really awesome. All right, please let me know if you feel you can. I love it. Okay. Thank you. Good luck. Okay, Libra Moon. We're going to ask, what is Libra Moon ready to receive and practice receiving over the next 2 weeks? And how can Libra Moon best utilize the energies of Aquarius, the defining your originality, while being in a society, a very natural ease of shifting into a truer transformation of you to raise your vibrational aura and therefore your manifesting abilities. So Libra, you are Venus led. So this new moon, you'll see how you can tweak your vibration with defining your personal style. That sounds like fun. All right, let's see what we get for the archetype card. Lover. Light attributes, great passion and devotion, unbridled appreciation of someone or something. Shadow, obsessive passion that harms others, self-destructive devotion. Sounds a bit like a narcissistic warning. Or perhaps you are involved with a narcissist. You know how there is that attraction to a giver and a taker. You feel loved by giving and they feel loved by taking. That's simple. I think we've all experienced something like that from one time or another. You learn your lesson, you get burned, and you move on. And in that, you discover a new appreciation of you. And that's really what this card is coming through as. Like, it's time to take inventory, time to understand that you are worthy and loved and just the perfect person for who you need to be right now. To appreciate how far you've come. That's really the message that needs to come through here, is trying to get through. So let's turn over the Spirit and nature, and see in what direction we want to go with this. Because to find a new appreciation for yourself, where do we need to head? Ooh, Nine of Clubs. Well, this is the Pathfinder card. So this talks about K2 energy, the south node of the moon, and what you've brought with you from a past life that is now timely to let go of. You understand it differently, you see it differently, you've grown into a new understanding of something. Either it's about to happen or it has already happened for you. And through that, there's a bit of a shakeup. There's a bit of getting off track and finding your way back on track. The nines are givers, so you can try doing some giving with this card. And also, this card is the Hermit card in the major arcana. So it's something about allowing Source, allowing your guides to guide you for a little while. They are going to put you on the path of finding exactly what you need. You have a beautiful surprise waiting for you. There's going to be some kind of validation for you about how far you've come and how appreciated you are. You're going to get a boost of energy from this. It's like you're going to shine a different kind of light, like that hermit with the lantern, and it's going to be coming from you or through you from your guides. That's beautiful. How lovely for you. So yeah, the whole DNA thing here with the nines, that's only, it just means that it's ready. This is learning. It is the Truth Finder card. It's a free spirit card. It is sharing your knowledge. So however this comes through for you and you find this new appreciation for yourself, use it, because that is also what this card is about. You are to share and give without expectation with this card. Whatever it is that comes through and is yours, that boosts you, the way this is going to happen, because it's uncovering, it's releasing what was the status quo and moving into a new idea, ideals of you. That is so beautiful. Oh, and look, you got the heart card. This is just that making a commitment to you. You, the me, myself, and I is a love triangle that you need to really embody right now. Do what you need to do to make yourself feel good. Remember back when you felt at your best, when you've had a really good day, really good moment, a really good time doing something, because that's what you want to get ready for. That's what's coming. For you, you just have to allow your guides to guide you. Be ready and open. Be looking on the lookout for that spontaneity and that synchronicity for you to tap into the gift of a new appreciation for self. I love it. That is so wonderful. Look at the hearts here. That is really, really sweet. Nice. All right. Yeah, because it is a fulfillment and joy. It's a romance in full bloom for you to enjoy. Serenity rests deep in thy heart. Loving yourself is where it should start. That is absolutely stunning. All right. Lucky you. And it's going to change your style. So let's not forget about that, because that is where you're going to be tweaking that vibration. You're going to be presenting yourself quite differently with whatever appreciations around the corner for you. It is going to change your look. Like I said before, you are going to glow a little brighter. Stillness. Reflect on this moment with love, kindness, and compassion, especially for self. Wow, Libra, Libra moon. Very, very nice reading for you. All right, well, best of luck and thank you. Okay, Scorpio moon, we're going to ask, what is Scorpio moon ready to receive and practice receiving over the next 2 weeks? And how can Scorpio moon best utilize the energies of Aquarius, the defining your originality while being in a society, a very natural ease of shifting into a truer transformation of you to raise your vibrational aura and therefore your manifesting abilities. So, Scorpio moon, I consider you with the traditional Mars led, but even if you use Pluto, this new moon, you'll tweak your wardrobe into something that's more comfortable. I love it. Fashion and comfort. Why not? Okay, let's see what you get for the archetype card. The prostitute card. Light attributes accentuates the challenge of surviving without negotiating the power of your spirit. I like that. Shadow attributes places material considerations and security above self-empowerment. Yeah, you don't want to be selling yourself short here. So, this is all about how you're valuing you and your free spirit. How much are you negotiating with your partners, your peeps, your workplace, all of the above, even, negotiating placement, negotiating money, love. Yeah, it can go so deep and so far where you just end up giving and giving in hopes of receiving something, and yet it doesn't come, or too little too late, that kind of thing. So the message here is about surviving who and what, where, when, how, all of that, surviving without negotiating who you are. Are you putting yourself first? You have to, in order to be able to do any kind of negotiating at all. We all have to negotiate from time to time, especially if you're in a partnership. But are you giving too much? They're asking that you take an inventory. Just think about the day and where you gave and where you received, and see about balancing that out a little more. They want you to understand that you are coming into this new understanding of you. Oh, okay. Okay, here it is. You're going to be negotiating who you are. You're going to change. There's something coming that is going to shift your energy, and you are going to need, whether you even realize it or not, you are going to be reinventing you. And with that comes a different language around how you're going to be expressing yourself from here on out. It's going to be you stepping up and becoming in charge of you. It's kind of like, remember in school when you had a substitute teacher, or perhaps you've been a substitute teacher. You step into a classroom and they're all going to test you. They're all going to see how far and what they can get away with. New teacher, it's part of the deal. So for you are going to be like coming into, I don't know, it feels like it's going to be like super sudden, like overnight or something, that you are going to just get, and as it says here, with the more comfortable wardrobe, meaning that whatever it is you are wrapping yourself in it, like energy, a wardrobe of energy is shifting for you. It's going to be like you're wrapping yourself in a cloak that is the truer you. It's transforming into someone that you just haven't been before. That's awesome. Okay. And it's not about the money, right? It's not about the money. It's not about any material thing. This is about you. Not apologizing, not negotiating, just you defining a new and different you. Wow. Super cool. All right, let's see what you get for the spirit and nature. 5 of Diamonds, here we are. This is you figuring out your self-worth, self-value, defining who you are, you stepping into a more diamondy, concrete roots of you. This is so cool. So it's Jupiter energy, it's justice energy. So with the Justice card, it is things coming around to be what they were always intended to be. And the 5s, it is through trial and error. So, you might trip a little, but you're going to be picking yourself up and catching yourself a lot more. It's a moving card. 5 of Diamonds is a moving card. So that can be physically moving, but in this case, it is emotionally you moving forward in your you-ness. You are just going to be a different person. It is coming. It is a change card. This is you glowing and really understanding that you are honing your sales skills as well, not like in a business kind of sense, but you being able to verbally sell who it is you are becoming. You're going to have the gift of gab through this, and you're going to enjoy it. As I said, Jupiter energy, diamond energy. This is you getting maximal, to the max, sparkly, shiny, beautiful, inside and out, diamond. I love it. Beautiful. All right, let's see what you get for, this is like a stature card. This is you and how you carry yourself, tall and straight and proud and shining, and just the confidence. See, a lone tower stands confident and secure. Ground your strength in all that is pure. It's you. When troubles surround, weakness may come, problems that abound, you must overcome. That's that trial and error. You're going to be learning this new version of you, and it's going to take a little time. The inside thing can happen overnight, and then the change on the outside has to happen after. Changing that robe of energy about you might literally mean changing your wardrobe. However, it is going to be comfortable. You're going to be comfortable in the change. You're going to glean all of these little nuggets of while you're figuring it out. And so keep some notes and allow this thing to sort of just unfold for you. Because like I said, it's going to be fun. It's going to be relatively easy. You're going to feel really good about it. And you're just going to realize that you've been negotiating in all the wrong places. And now you are ready to be you. And there's no price tag on that. It is you letting your spirit light shine. All right, let's see what you get for the Starseed card. Oh, I just noticed that it's a face. Do you see that? I've never noticed that before. And all of this light coming from, that's you. Strength. Yes, strength. Ground your strength in all that is pure. You, pure you. You are being guided by the cosmos. Stay strong. A positive outcome is assured. That is beautiful. Slow and steady. Keep it kind. Keep it comfortable. I love it. All right. Thank you and best of luck. Okay, Sagittarius Moon. We're going to ask, what is Sagittarius Moon ready to receive and practice receiving over the next 2 weeks? And how can Sagittarius Moon best utilize the energies of Aquarius? The defining your own originality while being in a society, a very natural ease of shifting into a truer transformation of you to raise your vibrational aura and your manifesting abilities. All right. Sagittarius Moon, you are Jupiter led. So this new moon and the transits around it, you're going to want to move into a more colorful style, perhaps pairing styles. And we're not just talking about the outward way you dress. We're talking about how colorful your personality is. How do you light up a room? How do you enter a party or a gathering? Even just, if you're out shopping, how do you enter a store? What does your body language say? What does your clothing? Yes, because, style is style. And whether you're wearing sloppy sweatpants or whether you dress up to go out, it says something about you. Not always, but you get it. And when you speak, how are you expressing yourself? Are you colorful? Are you at ease with who you are when you are finding yourself in the middle of a conversation with someone? How do you show up? That's more of what this is asking. All right, let's take a look at your archetype card. The Goddess. Light attributes, the feminine expressed through wisdom, nature, life force, and sensuality. The shadow attributes is an exploitation of the female nature and form, using it to get what you want. So there's a fine balance there, given any situation that you might find yourself in. For instance, to express the wisdom, the nature, being, a life force, right? And having that come across with a certain sensuality that is warm and embracing and inclusive. So they're asking how you are showing up within those possibilities. The wisdom, right? The feminine wisdom. There is the what do they say about women having that sixth sense and intuitively figuring things out, just a knowing. That feminine energy is really nurturing. It can be a nature as well, right? Nature or nurture. But there's this idea here that you're to find that balance of that and bring more of that into who you are, colorful and otherwise. All right, let's see what you get for spirit and nature. Oh, good. This is perfect. This is the Queen of Diamonds. So, queens, if you want something done, you give it to a queen. It's a red queen, so it's going to be more of that feminine, sensual. And with the Queen of Diamonds, you're grounded. That's the whole thing about the diamonds. They're your base. They are your gravity. You're grounded into this particular queen with her Neptunian creativeness and intuitiveness, and almost like a veil surrounds you of this magical, sparkly, shiny aura that the diamond suit just have. They shine from the inside out. And queens, this one, confident, cultured, realistic, very capable, and giving, because the diamond suit is about worth and value. At the very best, this Queen of Diamonds knows her value. No greediness, no underhandedness, no manipulating, controlling. Those are all the shadow attributes. Don't need that, because you're coming through as a truer, cleaner, more pure, more forthright. And the more that you can reach for that, the more magnetic you are going to be. There's nothing more attractive than confidence. I swear, confidence and glowing, right? If you're glowing with confidence, every bee in the place is going to be drawn to you like the most fertile, juicy flower. Just that's the way it goes with this one. You might be tempted with controversial means, because this queen also is not above getting what she wants in less than honorable behavior. She's the means to an end, so be careful around that. However, when you are really sprucing up who you are, male or female, you want to embody that idea of that confidence and that attractive, magnetic aura that you're going to carry with you. So take a moment before you step out the door. Think of yourself, your inside. Think of a color. What color do you feel like today? Because the color can really bring so much to your feeling who you are. If you're feeling like, you think of the chakras, that ultraviolet is the crown chakra. You're going to be very spiritually connected with that color. Green, the heart. You're just going to be heartfelt and heart-led the day that you're feeling that color green. All very soft, all very caring, all very nurturing, as well as bringing your true nature to it. That's what we're talking about here. How to fluidly move into this really lovely, warm, it almost feels like a warm cake. I don't know why I said that, but chocolate, just gorgeous, yummy, smooth, melts in your mouth. I love it. All right. Yeah. Okay. Let's see what you get for, fish. This is the Lenormand card, and there's going to be so many lovely, fun, different ways of getting there. It's all practice, it's all trying things on, it's all just having fun with it and finding success and value in everything that you do. The Queen of Diamonds is the abundance card as well. And it's about spotting something that's pretty darn worthy already. Like, you're good. You're really good. That's that 4. But then you can take it to the 5. The 5 is the one that gets the job done, tireless. And just because it's Jupiter led as well, just like your moon. So emotionally, you are going to be happy and interested in doing the work. You're going to find it fun and enjoyable, rewarding. And then at the end of this 2 weeks, you're going to be able to look back. This is the 6 of diamonds, and understand yourself as a new value. The equation of all of this trying on, different personas, different ways of showing up, feeling into the color of you, it's going to pay off. Just like the fish in the sea. It's that kind of abundance. How nice is that? Yeah, I like it. All right, let's see what you get for the Starseed card. More abundance. Oh, I love this. This is such a good reading. You just getting all chummy, It's like you, sweet and warm and friendly and colorful and just gonna light up a room like a rainbow. It's gorgeous. And at the end of it, you're going to find your pot of gold, like fish in the sea. Absolutely amazing. Well, shine. That is your word for the day, I think, or for the next 2 weeks. You are going to just be putting the polish on you. All right. Well, thank you and good luck. Okay, Capricorn Moon. We're going to ask, what is Capricorn Moon ready to receive and practice receiving over the next 2 weeks? And how can Capricorn Moon best utilize the energies of Aquarius, the defining your originality while being in a society? A very natural ease of shifting into a truer transformation of you to raise your vibrational aura and your manifesting abilities. So, Capricorn Moon, Saturn led. So this new moon, you're going to find a way to bring a sophistication to your persona. So we're going to add sophistication to your personality, into your repertoire of you. All right, let's see what you get for the archetype card. King. Oh, well, that's certainly noble and sophisticated. All right, the king, light attributes. Enlightened, benevolent, leadership, benefiting those in your charge, including you. Shadow attributes: excessive feelings of entitlement, rulership without restraint. Kind of sounds like a spoiled brat demanding what you want, not necessarily what you need or what is best for you or for anybody. In the shadow attributes, so bringing a sophistication to you, to who you are, that I always think of like Katharine Hepburn, or Sophia Loren, all of the sophisticated old Hollywood style type women, Betty Davis and that sort of thing. Oh, Hedy Lamarr, they just were so smart and so, lack of a better word, sophisticated. So to bring that kind of aura to you and what you're doing, I like it. And we're doing this through some sort of benevolent leadership, an enlightened leadership. So when you think of the word benevolent and knowing that it is something that brings wealth of value, happiness, good stuff, right? Whatever it is that you need and you didn't even know it, and then you find yourself with it and you're like, what took me so long? It's going to feel something like that. That's the way it's coming through. And if you look at the card with the moon and the sun and how to embody both when you show up, it's like night and day. You got to put yourself down the middle, the yin and yang of knowing your balance between your spirit and your ego. To move into something sophisticated is to come through like nobility. Having that grace is a very good word for it. All right, that just came through. So we're going to be finding our grace as well as sophistication. Very nice. Ooh, the Two of Diamonds. Okay, so for the spirit and nature, we got the Two of Diamonds. So this is actually finding that something that to connect with. It's not a given. Twos give you the opportunity. You have to know how to accept it and do your best with it. It's taking advantage of an upgrade, being handed something and, making lemonade out of lemons even, except you're being handed lemonade. So for you, you're going to have to find what the pairing for that lemonade is. It's an opportunity to find a new value. It's a gift from source. It can be actual moving physically. You might be finding yourself in need of new surroundings. That kind of dawning might come in order to move into this more graceful, more sophisticated you. I know it's interesting, right, to bring that to who you are at your core, just with your body language and your speech and how to really know yourself, that kind of depth, to have that. Whether you're showing up in sweatpants or in diamonds, right? There can still be that air of, nobility, yes, that just in your speech and in your body language. Okay, that's what they're asking. This is figuring out that kind of talent that you already have. It's just been part of it, or we're all different, but laying dormant, and it is now time to fertilize it and let it grow. Now, it's going to bring about a shift in your value of who you are at your core. You're going to see yourself included in the finer things in life. You're going to feel like $1,000,000. You're going to show up like that. Like I said, whether you're in sweatpants or dressed in diamonds and pearls, this is you. You know, it reminds me of, you can take the girl out of the country, but you can't take the country out of the girl. But we're talking sophistication around that girl. And, you know, it doesn't matter whether you're in a field of clover or on the sidewalk, right? In high heels. That is who you are at your core. So we are being asked to put the polish on that and round out the edges, smooth things up a bit, and step into this more regal, is the word coming through. To hold yourself like nobility. I like that. That sounds really nice. And to be able to understand a new value about yourself without the feeling entitled to it. You know what I mean? All right, let's see what we get for the Lenormand. Well, this is nice because the stork really it says here, a stork in flight promises delight. A stork in range signals change. Progress heals pain. Drawn from the past, embrace kindness, and new friendships will last. So it's like a friendship with yourself. And if you look here, do you see that? Nobility, grace, charm, a certain sophistication just in the way she's holding herself. I really like this. And you've got this Ace of Hearts, which is, if you're looking at this as the Cardamante cards and the cards of truth, the Ace of Hearts is you, your emotional self, with that peaceful, supportive, feeling secure, and even with change, right? There comes a growing into it. Love that. So it's going to be kind of a natural shift, as it should be. You're going to see where you can move into this newfound value and how you can nurture it. As the card says, carpe diem, because this is you discovering another glow about you, and moving into that is going to feel quite natural. That is so beautiful and so deserved. Just embrace it. It is change, but if you're okay with change, I love change, especially good change. We're going to discover that it's not that difficult to be able to do this. And the idea that you're going to be able to bring a benefit to those around you, giving everybody an upgrade just by you being you, more you. I like that. All right. I'm a Capricorn moon, so I'm really kind of thinking twice about this. And yeah, I can see how I could use this to move up in the gallery world. I'm sprucing up the gallery, so in hopes of bringing this sort of leadership as a gallery owner for my artists. All right, well, I will meditate more on that later, but let me know what it means for you. Let's see what we get for the starseed. Observation. Expand your consciousness by observing the divine matrix of life. Well, that is something that a noble king or queen would do. They would know their subjects and they would know what would be best for all and how to do that so that you do it in the best way for you as well. You have to know, right? You have to know. And the matrix of life, it can be so tricky. Yet we are being given a gift here. So let's, as the cards ask, take full advantage of it. It is the moon energy as well, Empress energy. So there's all that fertility that is here for this. It is a worthwhile start or an opportunity to connect to something of value independently. How do you like that? I love it. All right. Sounds good. Okay. All right. Thank you and best of luck. Okay, Aquarius. This is your moon. So we are going to ask, what is Aquarius moon ready to receive and practice receiving over the next 2 weeks? And how can Aquarius moon best utilize the energies of Aquarius, that defining your originality while being in a society, a very natural ease of shifting into a truer transformation of you to raise your vibrational aura and therefore your manifesting abilities. So Aquarius moon, you are Uranus led. So this new moon and its transits, you're going to find yourself influenced by other cultures to tweak how you do you. All right, let's see what you get for the archetype cards. Teacher. Oh, look, holding the world in the hands here. Light attributes, ability to communicate knowledge, experience, skill, or wisdom. Okay. Shadow attributes, manipulating or abusing students, teaching negative traits or destructive skills. Huh. All right. So that sounds like a gang leader, which I doubt you are. However, to be influenced by other cultures and to think about absorbing that kind of knowledge and being able to relate that kind of knowledge back, experiencing it, perhaps even having an abundance of different kinds of people that you are dealing with on a daily basis or otherwise, maybe online, sprucing up how you share those kinds of skills and what kind of wisdom you're comfortable with and have around that. How much more do you want to acquire to feel like you are able to bring something new to a situation? All right. And doing this in the best way possible. It's not easy being a teacher. It is a true skill to be a decent teacher. When you think about how teachers inspire more than anything, sometimes you have to use reverse psychology or allow someone to speak and then fill in the blanks for them. Teachers are pretty amazing people, and not even so much as a teacher, like a school teacher or a professor or college or whatever. Teachers are someone that you could be apprenticing under. That's a teacher. Or parenting, you're very much a teacher as a parent. Job skills, sales, you're teaching people about whatever it is you're selling. So it can come in many, many different forms. So for you and your moon, this is all about bringing in different cultures and how they learn, how they teach, how they share their knowledge. Okay, let's see what you get for the spirit and nature. So you got the 10 of clubs. This is the ecliptic card, the 10, right? So club suits, we are looking at that knowledge and again, sharing knowledge through hard work. 10s have a lot of work to do. This is something about the manifestation card as well. So look at your ecliptic and see what card is on your life path, because that's how you can use that card to relate to other cultures with. So say you've got a 2 of clubs on your ecliptic, then you would see how other cultures connect. How easy is it to move through teachings in other countries, and how could you take that and make what you do here better for other people as well as yourself, bringing that skill to who you are already. 10s have reward for effort. So you're going to have to remember that over the next 2 weeks. The more you put in, the more reward you will get back. Equal measures. It's a very versatile card as well, and savvy. It's also grounded and efficient. So, and interestingly, you're going to love this. It's a truth messenger. So you're going to be bringing that truth to whatever it is that you're doing. It is a business-oriented card as well. So you could find yourself in your business, whatever that is, sprucing that up and understanding different cultures in order to bring more to what you are doing. That's very interesting. It's like you might be in a position to bring something new to the table, a new idea, a new thought, a new way of reaching out and educating people about what you do, like an original new something. And the 10 of clubs with the major arcana is the magician card. So you are a direct conduit from the heavens, bringing it to the earth, manifesting it to its fullest possibilities. This is really big. All right. And as you can see, just remember, it all starts with that little acorn of a thought. That big oak grows. That's what you are looking at. Nurturing it, nature, letting it take care of itself, watching it grow strong and straight and honest, and being able to communicate exactly what you need to, because it's you being able to do this at your finest. I like it. Let's see what you get for the Lenormand cards. Oh, the fox. Well, this brings an interesting bent to the whole reading. Okay, so, the fox is like really of two sides to the fox. There's that sly, sneaky, stealing the chickens out of the hen house kind of a thing in the middle of the night, slipping in, stealthy, getting what they want. And however, there's also, if you think of the fox that's being hunted, right, in the fox chase, and how smart and clever they have to be, really just evading deception, right? I mean, the card says you have to be wily and just really know how to get maneuvering around certain situations. So it would appear that you are going to have some kind of opposition to bringing this to the table. You may have someone that is jealous of you, or you could trip yourself up feeling like you're not capable, or that you don't have what you need yet to bring something to the table. So really do your homework. That's number one, because like I said, rewards for efforts, it's business related, and it's versatile and savvy, just like the fox, very efficient. Okay. And it is the manifesting card. It is a truth messenger. So you want to be careful around your words as well, because when you bring this, you want to be able to have done your homework before you can manifest this new something for you. It's going to be good. I mean, it's going to be worthy, but you want to be careful because, as it says, someone may try to deceive you. So, okay, so it just came through. Don't tell anyone. Don't give your secret away. Don't share it. Don't share it. Not in its fullest. You might share a little of it, an outline or something, if you have to. But if you don't have to, don't do it, because that you will be giving it away. Someone will steal it. That's what this is about. Okay. So, don't feel like you have to share in order to be liked. That's coming through as well. You can hang on to it. That is part of this manifesting a new version of you. It is about not what's the word? I want to say cowtailing, but I'm not sure that's the word. But folding under someone else's want of your really good ideas. You're giving your power away when that happens. So hang on to your power and reap your rewards. They are well-deserved and well-earned. That's that 10, reward for effort. But don't overshare. You'll be giving it away. All right. Oh, so glad that bit came through. Okay, let's see what you get for the starseed. Light. It is time to reveal your radiant light to the world. Yes, when you have it all packed up in a nice little presentation, you being you, just surprise them with it. There's something to be said for anticipation, taking the the happiness out of something. You can be all up in, yeah, it's going to be great. I'm going to bring the biggest thing ever. And everybody's like, oh, the biggest thing ever. And they all have it in their head what that biggest thing might be. And never going to measure up. So if you keep it to yourself and you spring it like a surprise, everybody is surprised and happy and kind of floored a little bit by you and appreciative that you did it the way you did it. Okay? All right. Well, thank you and best of luck to you. Okay, Pisces Moon. We are going to ask, what is Pisces Moon ready to receive and practice receiving over the next 2 weeks? And how can Pisces Moon best utilize the energies of Aquarius? The defining your originality while being in a society, a very natural ease of shifting into a truer transformation of you to raise your vibrational aura and therefore your manifesting abilities. So, Pisces Moon, I consider you traditionally Jupiter-led, but even if you use Neptune, this new moon and its transits, you're going to find yourself influenced by chance. I like it. All right, that happenstance. Synchronicities, just finding that lucky penny on your walk down the sidewalk. Okay, let's see what you get for the archetype card. Alchemist. Ooh, this is going to be a fun 2 weeks for you. The Alchemist is all about making those formulas, but sometimes leaving a lot to the gods that be. You put it out there. It's, as it says, the light attribute, transformation of base motives and goals into golden wisdom, transforming base stuff into golden wisdom, your motives and goals. Very nice. Shadow attributes, misuse of power and knowledge that comes through spiritual practice. Yeah, that's interesting, isn't it? Like, what are you going to manifest? Is your heart in the right place? Or are you asking for, there can be an awful lot of dark magic out there. So you want to be very clear about what you're asking for. This is about your motives. You get it? Yeah. Wishing yourself well in hopes that you undermine someone else is not the way that you want to go here. You got to keep it clean. You got to keep it simple. You got to keep it about you doing you, and letting everybody else do what they need to do. It's keeping your fingers out of their cake and theirs out of yours, and keeping it clean and pure. So what does that mean for chance, right? You're going to have to be on your toes. That's what that means. You got to be on your toes because things are going to be coming in from out of left field, and you're going to be influenced to move one way or another. So you're going to have to set your intentions for the day and keep reminding yourself about what those intentions are, and then see what comes up for you, because you will attract what you are. I mean, that's a given, right? You're moving through life in a happy-go-lucky kind of way. You are going to bring that kind of lightness to you. You'll be a magnet for whatever it is. So keep that in mind as well. Set your intentions in the morning and then just review how the day went at the end of the day. See what you could pick up from those happenstances, the synchronicities. What direction are you being guided to go? Yeah, okay. Spirit and nature, we got the 9 of diamonds. Very intuitive card here. It's also the K2 energy. That is what you've brought with you from a past life. It's literally in your DNA, and it is karmic, and it can be really more about clearing out anything that's unstable. So, meaning that you are ready to take something that had just been a given about yourself. You're going to realize it through this happenstance, this chance meeting of things, as long as you stay open and ready to receive knowledge. It will be pointed out to you exactly what needs to go, what needs to be moved, cleared, because that's what this card does. It's intuitive, it's truth-seeking, and it also is giving freely. It's supportive because of it being the diamond suit. It's that grounded values, that foundation of your well-being, your worth, how you value you. So it can be a pretty easygoing card. It's really channeling that abundance by giving. It's interesting because you can't give with the ulterior motive of receiving. So the thing with this card is it has to be anonymous. So it has to be gifts, anonymously giving gifts, right? You don't need to get that feedback for doing a good job. You just need to do it for the beautiful feeling of just doing it. You know you're making someone else happy, and they don't know from whence it came. It's a beautiful thing to do. It instantly raises your vibration and your happiness. Your meter just goes way up when you do something like this. And that's the kind of energy you want to be putting out there. It can be a little thing, or it can be a big thing. If you're able, fabulous, but it doesn't necessarily need to be. So, you can leave a quarter in the meter, or how you have to pay for parking, so you can tuck your little parking ticket in the box if you haven't used it all up, and the next person gets to have your last half hour for free. It's a beautiful thing to do, that kind of thing. And yeah, it's feel-good energy that they're asking you to summon for yourself. Okay. Crossroads for the Lenormand, and there's like a single diamond here. It's interesting that the Ace of Diamonds is a new start, a new opportunity. It's a new evaluation, a new understanding of value of you. It's incredibly intuitive. And there's a lot of energy around this, like you're gonna be able to move mountains. You're just gonna have like feeling like you have the energy to do just about anything you want to do. It's also a very attractive aura. This is very interesting, Pisces moon, because as It is, as you are moving through your day, coming to these crossroads, seeing this chance, or is it, being in your path, making your choices, doing your good deeds anonymously, changing that chemistry, if you will, your chemistry into a more freer, open, receptive of that otherworldly energy that is just going to make you glow beautifully. Your heart is just going to be so alluring, and you are just going to be like this bright star, seriously, and attract all this really lovely, abundant kindness of whoever you're bumping up into, and being able to share that in the best light possible. And look at this new moon, right? Don't you love it? I love these cards. Okay. So yeah, as you come to the crossroads, knowing that you can move in any which way, taking chances, chance down one way, chance down the other. But you're following your dreams with this card as well, and making good choices. And you're really looking about ways to open. As it says, a road in the open reveals the best way. Choose wisely your path to avoid any dismay. Follow your dreams with faith and precision. All will be clear once you've made your decision. So keeping it in this fun, beautiful, interesting, and let me just say that the Nine of Diamonds in the Major Arcana is the Fool card. So it's kind of allowing Source to just roll out the red carpet for you. And all you've got to do is keep in that lightness of being, that kind heart, that lightheartedness, and spreading all of that beautiful good cheer, keeping your chemistry clean and happy. That's the DNA that you're clearing out. Any kind of that's holding you back, that needs to be let go of. So you're making room for this. Or, honestly, the way this feels for a new moon is that you're just going to start bumping into this beautiful energy, and you're not going to have room for that needs to go. It's just going to be it's just going to disappear. It's going to like dust in the wind. Yes, I love it. Natural as can be. Very nice. Okay, let's see what you get for the starseed. Creation. Being creative is a wonderful way of witnessing the unfolding of your limitless creative soul. Oh, how lovely to bring creativeness into you doing you in this most beautiful, loving, gentle, shining way. That is the best. All right, well, I hope this rings true for you, and thank you for watching, and as always, best of luck.